If you're involved in evidence synthesis, you know the landscape is changing, and fast. The sheer amount of new information published every day presents a huge challenge, but it also opens up a new frontier of opportunity. So today, we're going to talk about how we can navigate that frontier with real confidence and scientific rigor.
The central issue isn't just that there's a lot of literature out there, it's the incredible rate at which it's growing. It's making those traditional, purely manual review methods not just slow, but frankly, unsustainable. To keep up, our methods have to evolve.
And that evolution brings us to this really important question. We all see the amazing potential of AI to speed up our work, but at the same time, we're right to be wary of black box tools where the inner workings are hidden. That kind of opacity just isn't acceptable in rigorous science. So how do we get the best of both worlds? Well, at Sysrev, we believe the answer isn't to just throw AI at the problem. It's about fundamentally rethinking how AI is integrated into the research workflow. It's about building a principled framework that empowers you, the researcher, instead of trying to replace you.
We call this solution a transparent control layer. And what does that actually mean? Well, at its heart, it's a simple but really powerful idea. You, the researcher, are always in command. It's an infrastructure we've built to let you validate, apply, and oversee AI, making sure that your methodological standards are never, ever compromised.
This isn't just a concept for us, it's our core philosophy. We designed Sysrev from the ground up to be this exact framework, one that ensures AI is used responsibly, ethically, and in a way that's truly fit for your specific research purpose. And that whole philosophy is built on principles that we know the scientific community values most. Things like transparency, so you have a complete audit trail of every single action, whether it's by a human or AI. Reproducibility, so your work can be shared, validated, and built upon. And of course, above all else, research integrity.
Okay, so the main takeaway is that this approach puts you in the driver's seat. Let's dig into how this philosophy actually translates into your day-to-day workflow.
This is absolutely fundamental. Unlike some tools that try to find articles for you using their own opaque, relevance-ranked algorithms, Sysrev starts with your documents. You control the input. This is so important because it prevents that upstream bias that can really compromise an entire review before it even starts. We build Sysrev to be incredibly flexible because we know that evidence informs decision-making in every single field. So it's discipline agnostic, it works for health sciences, social policy, toxicology, you name it. It's review type agnostic, whether you're doing a systematic, scoping, or a living review. And you can review almost any document type, from PDFs and JSON all the way to spreadsheets. And this table really lays out the difference in approach. With Sysrev, you bring the documents, you design the workflow, and you select and validate the AI model. With a black box tool, well, the sourcing is opaque, the process is rigid, and the algorithm is a secret. It's really a choice between control and concession. Okay, let's get practical. How do you actually validate an AI model for your specific task? This is where our core feature, the auto-labeler and its reporting tools, really shine.
Control starts right here, with the prompt. That description you write for each label, that is the exact instruction given to a powerful third-party large language model, like Gemini or GPT-4o. You're not using some generic command. You are crafting a precise, plain language task for the AI.
We provide a really clear, systematic workflow for this. First, you create what we call a gold standard by having your human experts label a small set of documents. Then, you run the auto-labeler on that exact same set. The system generates a detailed report, so you can benchmark the AI's performance against your experts. From there, you just refine your prompt and iterate until the performance meets the rigorous standards your project demands. And the report you get back gives you everything you need. You get a nice high-level summary, sure, but you can also drill down into the really granular metrics, things like recall, precision, and specificity, which are recommended by groups like the RAISE Initiative. This gives you the actual statistical evidence you need to decide if and how to deploy automation. So let's see what this looks like. Imagine your task is to extract this complex, tabular data from hundreds, maybe thousands of articles. Doing this manually is just painstaking work, and it's so easy to make mistakes. And here it is. This is the power of that approach in action. The auto-labeler, guided by your carefully validated prompt, can extract that information and structure it perfectly. It's now ready for a final, efficient human verification. This is what we mean by controlled automation. And this is a crucial point. Human expertise is never removed from the equation. The system is designed for human in-the-loop workflows.
The AI can pre-fill answers to save you time, but the human reviewer always verifies, edits, and makes the final call. And our transparent audit trail captures everything: the initial AI suggestion and the final human decision.
This entire framework of transparency and control isn't just about features. It's fundamentally in service of a much larger goal: supporting open and reproducible science.
In fact, our infrastructure directly supports the FAIR data principles. Public projects are findable. All your data is accessible for export whenever you need it. Our API makes the platform interoperable, so you can connect it to your own custom tools or even proprietary models. And this last one is really powerful. Projects and validated prompts are reusable, allowing the whole community to build upon previous work instead of starting from scratch.
So to sum it up, this table gives you a bird's-eye view of all the control you have. You choose the AI model, you choose the articles, you design and refine the prompt, you decide the level of human verification. And if at any point the AI's performance isn't up to snuff for a particular task, you can instantly disable it and revert to a fully manual review without losing a single bit of work. You know, when you combine human expertise with transparent, validated AI like this, it's about more than just being efficient. It's about elevating the scale and the complexity of the questions we can finally answer. It opens up so many new possibilities for discovery, which leaves us with a really exciting question for the future of research.
We'd love for you to explore this modern take on document review for yourself and to see how a transparent control layer for AI can empower your next project. Thanks for your time.